Are you ready? I'm back. Keep watching. I like this with the look. Hi peoples, welcome to my channel, Bernie Playing with Makeup. My name is Bernadette. All my friends and subscribers call me Bernie, so if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn the notification bell because you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Before we get into this video, let's address the elephant in the room, which is I'm in a different setting. I'm in a different space. Guys, Eddie has finally given me my own dedicated area in the house that is my studio. Finally. So this is my first video recording in my dedicated studio space. We are still working on it. It's a work in progress. If my lighting or anything is off, we're still working on it. We were deciding which room was going to become the studio. One thing I did not take into account is this particular room is closest to the AC handler. It's right out there. So when the AC kicks on, you guys may hear some noise from it. Of course, as you know, I normally have a little bit of music playing in the background, so I'm hoping that is enough, that it is not too much of a distraction during the videos. Today's video, we're going to be doing a foundation review of sort. I don't know if I'm going to do a wear test, but I'm going to be trying a new foundation. This is the new bareMinerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 20. I have the shade Warm Dark 26. I've had this for a minute. I have not swatched it. Don't know if it's going to be the right shade for me. I shade match myself online. This is what it looks like. Shade match myself online, and I'm hoping that this is my shade. This foundation retails for $35, and I think it's the standard 1 fluid ounce. So this is supposed to be a really good foundation. It has all kinds of cream. It doesn't say how much wear you're supposed to be able to get from it. This is a clean vegan foundation with 88% naturally derived ingredients that have been shown to visibly improve skin's texture and reduce the look of pores instantly and over time. This is a healthy mineral complex, visibly refines skin's texture for smoother, healthy looking skin. Olive-derived squalene nourishes, hydrates, and helps to protect skin against moisture loss. Peptides and prickly pear extract reduces the look of pores and redness over time. The coverage is medium and you get a natural finish. This is a medium coverage foundation that gives you a naturally luminous finish, minimizes the looks of pores and redness, improves the look of bare skin in as little as 4 weeks, protects with mineral-based SPF. So we'll be putting this foundation to the test today. My skin is already prepped. If you're new to my channel, the one thing that I always do on camera as a reminder to everyone, I always apply SPF. This foundation does have SPF in it, but I'm not gonna skip my SPF. So I'm gonna go in with my LANCOME VISIONNAIRE SPF. This is my favorite. You don't need to use exactly what I'm using. Use whatever SPF you have, whatever you can afford. The important thing is that you're using SPF. I did record one video last week, but it feels like I didn't sit down and record anything for a minute. Or maybe it's because I'm in a new space. But to be honest, this is not my first time recording inside this room. My BoxyCharm haul video that I uploaded April 2020, I recorded it in this room. Now the background looks totally different. This room was the gym, and so I had a very tiny little space. This was a full gym. I had a tiny little space, and so the background that you saw in that video mainly was the door. It looked like a hostage situation. And right after that, I think I did 2 videos in here with that background. After looking at that, I was like, this looks like a hostage situation. So we decided that I would move out front, as I said, into what is my office space, and that was not ideal with, you know, things moving around. It would always, I would interfere with his schedule, he would interfere with my schedule. I'm gonna prime with the McGrath primer. This is the foundation. I shade Warm Dark number 26. This is described as for dark skin with golden hue. This foundation comes in 30 shades, which is not bad. I have shade 26, and then there is 5 shades deeper than what I have. Okay, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's evenly distributed. It looks like there are more lighter shades than there are deeper shades. That's just the way it looks to me looking at this layout on Sephora's website. I'll try to put it on the screen so you can see. It definitely looks like in the deeper range, it looks like it's lacking, especially in the rich range. There's only one shade that looks really, really rich, which is the deepest deep, which is shade number 30. So the shade range is definitely questionable. Now the moment of truth, is the shade gonna work for me? I think it's really fluidy because I can hear something, I can hear like a ball or something in here. I don't know where my palette is, so I'm gonna put some on the back of my hands. I watched a few reviews of this foundation. Either people liked it or they really didn't like it. There was no in between. I mean, any minute now. Am I doing this right? Okay. Okay, I'm doing something wrong because I'm pumping and nothing's coming out. Oh wow, that took a lot. I was starting to think I wasn't like dying. Okay, so that is what it looks like. It's okay because of the lights. It looks lighter than what it actually is. Let me tone this down a little bit. I'm gonna tone the light down so you could get a more accurate portrait of what this shade actually looks like. So it looks like it looks like it'll be a good match for my chest for sure. Now my face, that there's a whole different story. Just that look is in person. I don't know. In person, she look kind of light. It is a good match for the rest of my body. Oh, it blends out really, really easy. Oh wow. Okay. It looks really pretty on camera. It feels almost like it's blending itself out. It looks like a luminous foundation. Oh no, okay. So yeah, it is a match. Okay, once it dries down, once it starts to dry down as I'm blending, in person, yeah, okay. Oh, this is pretty. I like this. I've had this for a minute. I'm okay with not running and putting my reviews up. I like to do my reviews look at my reviews as I'm not only putting the brand's claims to the test, but I'm also putting the claims or the reactions of the masters to the test. Because I feel like in a lot of cases, most of our faves, they normally are in unison with how they feel about products when the products come out. And I like to kind of watch this, and when I'm doing my review, I'm not only putting to the test what the brand said, I'm also putting to the test what they say. And a lot of times I find that I don't agree with them. Even sometimes when it's with the shades, like during the height of the lockdowns when I wasn't able to get products in, and I was like way behind when I got my items. I was like I ain't listening to y'all and picking out my shades because the information what y'all was saying, y'all not listening to y'all no more. This is a really pretty lightweight foundation and a refreshing change from what I have been reviewing. I do have quite a bit more. There was one thing too with where I was filming it was hard for me to sort out content items, products that I had that I needed to review, or decide if I was going to review them, but I was going to, because I don't review everything that I get. But I was able to sit down when my sister came here with me to help me move into here. We was able to sit down and sort out. I decluttered. We was halfway through decluttering when I realized I should have recorded this for content. So I decluttered and then decided what I was going to be what I would just put up and would just play with just tutorials or whatever, and what I was going to review. So I have quite a few more that I am gonna review. And like I say, I'm okay with the fact that I don't get my products right away. It's a process for me. It has to be sent to the freight forwarder, then it has to come in to the country, then it has to clear Bahamian customs and all that. It's a process. This is pretty on camera and it's pretty in person. It is quite luminous. It is. So this is one layer. It's supposed to be buildable. I definitely want to build it up some more. You can see the acne scars that I have, especially this ugly one that's going straight across. You can definitely see it. I still have, I think I pumped maybe 2.5, 3 pumps on the back of my hands. I'm gonna try to build it up using what I have on the back of my hands. I'll just let you take a look at this. I'm gonna build the rest of it up off camera, and then we're gonna come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is it here. The shade match is spot on. I definitely like the shade match both in person and on camera. The shade match is spot on. The coverage is medium. I don't know how much more building up you could get from this. I want to get a bit more coverage with my acne scars right around here, and to cover it up a little bit more. I did go around it with my beauty blender. Just to make sure everything was nice and smooth. It slips around, so I wanted to go around it with my beauty blender to make sure everything was blended. I did put a little bit of foundation on the beauty blender, but the beauty blender still took off some foundation. See if I get a little bit more coverage. I did take off a bit more. I did pump out a bit more foundation than I wanted to, but rather than it go to waste, let's see how much more we could build it up, especially in the areas where I need more. This is a perfect match for me. When was the last time I actually matched myself? It was a good match. I'm always off. So this is it built up and all blended. It's built up to medium coverage. This is probably, I think this is like maybe 3.5 pumps, close to 4 pumps. I have pretty decent coverage. The acne scars on my forehead, you can see them peeking through a little bit, but not much. It is a very luminous foundation, but I'm going to see what happens once I set the foundation. I'm going to speed through putting on my concealer, and I may do a little bit of contour, and I'm going to see. I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty concealers, so nothing new to see. I'm using shade 410, shade 430 and 460. It's 352, just in case I end up doing a wear test. It's 352. I've had the foundation on since about 3:30. Alright. We are blended. Now it is time for me to start setting. I haven't put down the McGrath under eye setting powder since I got it. I'm going to set all of my highlighted areas today using this Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the shade medium deep. This is the pressed powder. I'm going to set everywhere using this. I haven't done that Listen, this, you better don't mess up, because I'm gonna be mad if you mess up, because I know it's you. It feels strange actually getting ready to set using something else. Also using a different brush as well. This makeup doesn't go right, y'all know I do everything wrong. Going outside of my comfort zone. One thing I must say is this foundation, it is quite luminous. Well, that powder from McGrath, it just feels, it's just such a lightweight powder, and it just blurs everything. And set the rest of my face with my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Medium Deep. To bronze, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade number 4. I wanted to get a next bronzer. I wanted to use the next bronzer. I'm addicted to this bronzer. That's why I'm addicted to it. It's like a drug. I was like, I'm not gonna use you. I did say that. I tried to grab a next bronzer, and this bronzer was like, no, no. You're not using an X bronzer. I'm the only bronzer you're gonna use ever in life. So here we are. She came up with the minis for this. I think I saw on Sephora. So if you have been wanting to try this, but you didn't wanna, you know, take the $65 plunge, I think the mini is either $45 or $35. But yeah, she came up with the minis. I mean, it's worth it. This bronzer is all of that and then some. This is the, yeah. Everything from the shade, the warmth of the shade, to how finely milled the bronzer is. I'm not all that big on packaging, but if you are a packaging person, this bronzer is definitely, it's worth it. I would, yeah. I'm happy she have refills for it, so that when it's finished, I don't have to, you know, you could just grab a refill, and then the refill is, I think, like $30-something, so that's good. It's not gonna be another $65, so that's, thank you very much, Charlotte. That was very considerate of you. If anything looks off, I did have to get up just now to change the battery. The battery died. So if anything looks off, that's what's going on. I was just thinking, you know, I miss Eddie. I miss his cameos. Y'all miss him? Let's call him. Paige! Paige? I'm gonna be sleeping. I miss his cameo. Y'all think he miss us? Miss us too. Let's call him. Let's see what he's doing. He did work last night, so he made me sleeping. You see that me with this bronzer? Look how pretty that is. It's pretty nice. But what I was noticing is my face still looks luminous, and I did go in with quite a bit of the powder, but my face, it still looks rather luminous. Still looks quite luminous to me. What you think? What y'all think? It looks luminous. It doesn't look as luminous as the Rare Beauty foundation. It looks nice and glowy. Yeah. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna finish off, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the foundation, what my thoughts on it are. We're also gonna go and find my husband who I miss. Alright, I am almost done, and I am loving this foundation. With everything on, I basically have full coverage. You can't see anything peeking through. And I use the normal stuff that I use. I used I think you saw me powder my face, set my foundation, and I use the same bronzer I used my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder already. I'm gonna put a little bit more on, but that's all I used. And like I say, it looks like full coverage. I saw a review of this cream, the cream blush from Rare Beauty, and I tried to use it again, but again it didn't work for me. So I ended up putting a matte blush on top of it because it still wasn't there. Hold on, let me close the window. Yeah, I tried to use that, but it still kind of disappeared on me, and I put it on after I had already set everything, but it disappeared on me. So I went back to her oldie but a goodie. I put my Sigma Born to Powder blush on. This was my jam back in the day. To be quite honest, I need some blushes. I really desperately need blushes. I need to work on that. I do want to brighten up under my eyes a little bit. Like under my eyes, could use a little more brightening. Use my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder in the shade number 2. No, sorry, in the shade number 3. And the same brush that I used to set under my eyes, I'm gonna use that just to brighten it up a little bit. A medium coverage foundation. This. I'm really liking this. I use this powder here, it's like under my eyes, to brighten it up if I feel like my concealer didn't give me as much brightness as I wanted. So as a finishing step, I'll do this. I'm gonna brighten my forehead, highlighted area, and my chin. I want to brighten those a little bit as well. I'm going to use my McGrath. Listen, I had to get McGrath, okay? I'm going to use my McGrath powder, but I'm using shade number medium. It's the first time I'm using medium. I'm going to use the same brush again. I'm using it this time on my forehead. I feel like it needs to get a little bit more brightened as well. So I didn't use a bright concealer to highlight. Alright, so my face is fully done. The last thing I have to do is line my lips, and I pulled out, I think this, my cream lip gloss from Fenty. I think this one is Cookie somebody. I haven't even in the description bar. I think that's what this one is. I think that's the one that I'm feeling with this look. Let's see how it can look with it. I like this with the look, but this applicator I don't like. I don't like the applicator. Oh, I like this look. It's cute. Alright. Okay, so this is our final look. I did already buff everything in using my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder in the shade number 4. For a medium coverage foundation, I feel like I have full coverage. Remember the blemish marks I have on my forehead? They're gone. And it doesn't feel like I have anything on. My face feels very, very light. And I have a full beat, and it feels very light. For me, I feel like I found my summer foundation. You know, hopefully I'm going to be able to go outside. I feel like I found my summer foundation. The foundation, it is a luminous foundation. It's a natural finish foundation is what it's described as, but I feel like it's more of a luminous foundation. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, I'm gonna wear it. I'm filming the next video, so I'm gonna try to do a wear test. I think I had it on, what time did I say it was? I think I said it was like 3 something when I had it on. I'm gonna try to wear it until maybe about 9 o'clock, just so we can see how it wears. But we already know it's a luminous foundation. I think I would say, depending on what you're doing, maybe you would want to set your primer. But it is a luminous foundation. It definitely is not as luminous as the Rare Beauty foundation, because with the Rare Beauty foundation, even once you powder it down, once you set it, it won't look like this unless of course you would have set the primer. So I didn't set the primer, and now that I have this foundation set, I did set it with my setting powder, and then I went in with my finishing powder, but that's my normal process. It's not matte. The finish isn't a matte finish. It's a natural finish or a more luminous finish, and that's exactly what I have. So I am liking this. I think I found my summer foundation. It's a beautiful foundation. It's light. I like the shade. I think the shade match, at least so far from what I'm seeing in person and on camera. I'm gonna look at the footage. But what I'm seeing, the shade match is perfect. I like everything about it so far. Yeah, it is a very pretty foundation. It is. I'm sticking with my initial assessment of this, that for me, I haven't figured out how to make this work unless I'm wearing it on bare skin. I haven't. Like I said, I saw a review and I saw how they applied it, their techniques, and I was like, I'm gonna try that technique. Honey child, that did not work for me because it was not my plan on using the blush what I have on today, what I have on right now, but I had to go with it. Yeah, I like this. Let me know what you guys think if you tried this foundation. It is a nice price point. It's light. It has skincare properties. It's, you know, it's a good foundation so far. I'm not mad at her. I am not mad at her. I am not mad at her at all. Let me know your thoughts. So, hey guys, it is about, let's see. So it is 7:12. Can you see that? Yeah, it is 7:12 p.m. It was about what, 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm not sure how long it's been since you last saw me, but we're gonna do a check-in because I am going to be filming another video, and as you can see, I'm looking pretty glowy, so I need to blot before I start my next video. I mean, this is a luminous foundation. The finish is natural. This is a mineral based foundation, so you can definitely see the luminosity coming through. It is quite oily. What I think I'm noticing though is the foundation, it looks like it's breaking apart. Can you guys see that? It looks like where my concealer is breaking off. My concealer kind of lifted off. I don't know if you guys see what I'm talking about. You notice like where I would have highlighted, that's gone. See all of this? That's gone. So it looks like the minerals broke that down. Enough of my oils broke through, and I don't have oily skin, so enough of my oils broke through to where it's not gonna just be a simple, let's just blot to get my face back together. I'm gonna attempt that, but I think I'm gonna probably need to do a little bit more to get my face back together. So this isn't really a foundation that looks like it can be worn for an extended period. I don't think it's been that long. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been talking to my sister most of the time since I've stopped filming. Okay, so I think I stopped filming somewhere around 5:40, somewhere around there, because I called my sister right after I was done, and I was on the phone with her for about an hour and 39 minutes. So that's about how long I think I've been done. And I mean, the glow it is shiny, so you could blot, you should be able to blot to bring it back. But what I've noticed is that it looks like the minerals broke everything down. Like all of the makeup that's on top of it, that's on top of the foundation, looks like it has been broken down. So the question is, how do we fix that? I'm gonna first attempt to blot and see what that does, and then we'll go from there. Mind you, looking in person, it doesn't look that way, but looking in person, it does look that way. The concealer is basically gone. The concealer, the powder I used to set it, that's gone. This is the brush I use to powder. This is the brush I use to set my face. I had a good amount of product on top of it, but it does have minerals in it, and I think that's what break everything down. Yeah, kind of broke everything down. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my Fenty powder and I'm gonna go on top of it so I can film the next video I need to film. And then I'm gonna brighten under my eyes again using my powder from my finishing powder from Charlotte Tilbury. But I don't know, I guess it's weird. I've never had a foundation do this, unless the foundation behave like this on me before. I don't know, is this clean beauty? I don't know, it's just weird. But this is what I have at this time. I can't move forward with it and let's just let this do what it has to do, let it do because I have another video I need to film. So I'm gonna jump off for a second. I'm gonna go over my face with the Fenty Beauty powder foundation and see how I can judge this, and come back and show you guys what we look like before I start the next video. So I think I look somewhat presentable for my next video. I don't know if I'm gonna come back and show you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the foundation on much longer past my next video. When I'm done with my next video, I may come back and show you guys a final how it looked. But we can tell already that this foundation isn't a foundation that holds up very long. Right, so I'm just finished my last video. It is 9:04. It's kind of hard to say this is how the foundation is looking because we had to overhaul this foundation, and it was Fenty Beauty powder foundation to the rescue. My thoughts on the foundation. The foundation is a beautiful foundation. It is a lightweight foundation. Even with the Fenty Beauty foundation on top of it, I feel like I have foundation on, but it doesn't feel overly heavy. But mind you, I did have to go in and put powder foundation on top of it, and I put more bronzer, I put more blush on. There's makeup, there's layers now on top of this foundation. Unfortunately, the foundation just didn't hold up. The oils just broke down. It behaved almost as if it reminded me as if I was putting like an oil cleanser on and I was trying to break the foundation down. That's the way the foundation behaved. Everything on top of the foundation just started breaking down and just disappeared. So as much as I wanted to like the foundation, when I first put it on, I thought it was a very pretty foundation. I thought I found my foundation for the summer. No, that's not it. I would probably wear that foundation if I'm going to be wearing it minimum 2 hours, because what I saw, that's the most it held up. It doesn't make it can hold up. I don't know. I may try another technique to see if I could get it to work, because I do love the foundation. But for right now, that's what it is. What it is the foundation didn't hold up. The foundation broke down. There's nothing else to say. The shade was perfect. You know, I felt like I got the results was good. The foundation was pretty, but the foundation, I've never had foundation clock out like that. I've never seen foundation break down like that unless I was breaking the foundation down, meaning I was cleaning the foundation off. Never. Who's the foundation for? I don't know. I have no clue. I don't. Can I recommend this foundation? No. That foundation sells for $35. Y'all know I'm not gonna sit you just because I want to like something. I'm gonna sit you and say it's something else. the foundation did not hold up and saw it. So it is what it is. This is the end of our video. Thank you guys so much for spending part of your day with me. Please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If you are not yet a Bernie Babe, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. That way you are notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, as always, please be safe. Bye.